Hello, everyone, and welcome to today's Kesh Foundation Spaceship Institute Space Travel Simulation Testimonials program for Wednesday, June 8th, 2022. This is a broadcast from the Kesh Foundation Spaceship Institute Education Department and part of the public teachings in English. And this is a very special show, which Mr. Kesh has ordered up, and I'm going to turn it over to him. I think he's pretty excited, so let's see what the story is. Hello, Mr. Kesh.
Yes, good morning, good day to you, as usual. Wherever and whenever you listen to this series of knowledge seekers of the Kesh Foundation Space Institute from around the world, most from around the universe now, we called this meeting or this broadcast or this sharing of the knowledge not to coincide with our Thursday teaching, but separate. I know many of you and a large number of organizations around the world were waiting to see if Kesh Foundation actually does what it says on the 6th of June. We had some delays, but principally on the 6th of June, western coast of United States time, we took the first test flight. We covered ourselves with the knowledge and what we had. And as we went through a full day of test on the 7th of June, we took some 15 passengers with us through this experience. As we said, if you're going to clean up the mess the man has made before, it's going to take a long time, another 1,000 years to clean up the CO2, and then another so many years to get man to do a replication of the UFOs, because the rocket propulsion is not there. So we decided that everything is going to go from now on a step up through the new technology. It's for the people to catch up and to understand and change what we call technology. To this effect, we stopped the whole process of creating CO2 centers, capturing. We still open centers for production of gases, but not the extent we were going to open massive number of CO2s, because we brought the technology forward, the same as we done with the space. We had a choice, as you can see, to deliver the systems. Rick, can you put the picture up, please, which we sent you? And in that process, we decided we go a step up. We're not going to go through the spaceship and the rest of it. We go directly to the spaceship of the man, the soul of the man. And we put man through the experience, and we build up on this experience, and we gradually build it up. What you see on the screen is the two enhancement units, and this is the Soul of the Kesh Foundation TV studio. You will see next to the units on the left, there is a flight room. People go through the flight test, and if they want, and if they wish, they go and they join the software and the team. They record live their experiences a few minutes after they come out. We let them pass on in the next 2-3 weeks. Then we get in touch with them again, or we already have invited a couple of them back in a couple of weeks. And we have invited one of them back this Friday again because of what has come about. The flight system is, and will not be shown, this is a new flight system, and we set it up in a way that you do not need to fly a machine to go somewhere. You go through the structure of the expansion of the soul, extending the soul of the man across the universe. You go to soul of the mom and dad who passed away years ago, or you go to see your brother in New York, or you go to see your sister in Tehran. Either way, we do not need to be boarding a ship, boarding a taxi, boarding a plane. Now that we have come to understand the totality of the knowledge of the creation, That's the man's way. This is the Creator's way. We brought in, we built systems, and we tested the first system yesterday. We started around about 8 o'clock in the morning. We finished around about 6:30, 7 o'clock last night. We tried to give as much possible time for people to taste the process, to taste the situation, to understand it, and to comprehend it. Everybody signs an NDA. You have a glossy of documents to sign before you go through the test. And one person refused to, that the Keshe Foundation has to accept their liabilities if anything happens to me. We gave refunding, and we leave it to go, because we are here as testing as all of us, civilization. We know we had the representative of NASA today here with us. We have asked them. We know they're online. We know the Iranian leadership is online, Sepah and the Iran military space people, because now we have seen one of the leading Iran space nuclear physicists was assassinated by the Israelis in past 72 hours. Now they've gone for the head of the snake, as they call, and now we see being a scientist of a space is a criminal offense by the state of Israel, by the Americans, and those who stay around it. Being a space scientist, we invite you to join us as your system has become obsolete, as we've seen as of yesterday. We're going to develop this technology further and further. We're going to develop this technology to the limit of every man's capability. The condition of the people going through the system is very simple. We don't want to know why you are here. You don't explain to the taxi driver why you're going to the airport. Are you going to be a passenger? You don't explain to the pilot, the plane lands, I'm going for a dinner or a funeral. Our job is to create the condition, facilitate you to achieve your goals, to see how far you are. Sometimes you don't get on the right number bus or you get on the wrong plane. We have to find out why this happened and make sure that we put you on the right direction, the right plane. We put 15 people through the process yesterday. Some of the people did not come for flight. Flight was not important to them. A lady wanted to see her daughter. A person had another target. Few people came in for another target, but being in the flight room, they decided to join us and take the steps further if they wanted to. We had one of our leading knowledge seekers of the Keshe Foundation as one of the first people going through. Then we had a brother and sister going through. Then we had a boyfriend and a girlfriend going through, long term with each other, 7 years. Then we had the mother, and then we had the father of the girl. Mother and daughter are shamans, which means they are very much into the soul travel. The same son. Then we had another couple. Then we had another couple. Then we had another couple. Then we had one lonely man from Romania who came all the way to be the passenger. Some of the people got what they wanted. Some of the people didn't know what they got, but they got what they received, because that was the decision of the soul, not the intention of the man. But we listen and we respect. We don't tell you what is wrong, what you did right, what was it. I stay in the control room most of the time in trying to create cohesive action between the people and the environment. And we try to see and test the structure. What happens with our systems? We get saturation. Yesterday we got to saturation by afternoon. And then we had to allow the soul to take over the system. It was a beautiful experience. Our people, as they came in and went out to see, to monitor how the systems go, They could feel the buildup of the fields. People inside with me, they could feel the pressures of the magnetic fields and everything else as we build up. The test went step by step. Some people stayed up to an hour and a half in the system. We do not push unless we come in the time bracket. We allowed everybody to take their time as much as we could. And then we allowed for the process to go. And when they came out, we asked them questions. How was it, what it was, and we tried to find out about the trims and what they went. It's like when somebody come tell us where you were, what you did, and any souvenirs. And then those who wanted to be recorded, they've been recorded in this studio, in these chairs, the sofas, and we have about 6, 7 of them for you. In this process, you see wife, then you see the daughter and the mother, the shamans, then you see what we call one of the Teach Foundation knowledge seekers from Romania. Many of you know him. He wanted to be there and he came last. We couldn't give him much time because the center closes. Then we had at the beginning a brother and sister from Holland. And it's amazing what you see, what you feel. And don't forget, you don't become a pilot just because you sit behind a pilot chair the first time. We allowed the brother and sister to interact between each other. And it's amazing when you hear them. Later on, they'll come live online. They're traveling back to Holland after the experience. We brought, while the brother and sister in the room, we brought the couple. First the boy, then the shaman. And as the brother and sister moved out, we brought the father and mother of the lady. So it was a family business. In these processes, we asked them every now and then, we would like you to take your flight if you want to go. Some of them wanted to go, some of them didn't want to go. And then they experienced the experiences. They have a visual, vivid explanation of being on the moon. They have a visual explanation of they didn't want to go to the moon. They went somewhere else and they could see half of their body to be human and the other half not. And then other things. And we see explanation of people just wanting to fly, just to be in space, to experience the love of the Creator, which means the purity of love. And we have people who come in for different reasons. We never asked, but in the questionnaire they've written why. And we have seen they found different solutions. A lady tells us what she could not solve with a family, mother, father, and brother. She managed to sort out because she wasn't present. We've seen this before. To us, was normal because we knew what's going to happen. So what is going to happen from now on? We do not need to go to God knows where to take your flight. At the moment, the structure is set in a very specific way, and it will be extended and elaborated more in the coming days and weeks. This is what we call the flight. You enter through the door here. The system has set here, and the system has set here. The system is covered. It's not used. For yesterday's session, we concentrated on one system because we know by the technology and the knowledge we have, once this comes in, we will lead to massive increase of the fields. We expect to see shimmer, or we see shimmer in this direction. When you enter the room, you will see something very, very clear. They will talk about chair 1, chair 2, chair 3. There are 3 vision-like enhancement units are set on each side. We have placed other units around to balance the fields in the building. They come in, we call it seat number 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and 3. I'm sure many of you coming in will go through this. You sit, this is the physicality. This is the soul of physicality, and this is the soul of man. You go through the process of 1, 2, 3. You enter the system, you take your time, and then you exit the system back on 3, 2, 1, and you go out. We have different combinations. Sometimes we put people on the 2 on this side, on the 1 on that side, and different combinations. Because the systems we have to understand has to be diverse. In 2 occasions, we allowed what we call 2 passengers in this. The first time we had a captain was a husband and wife. Then we had another captain with 4 people in the room, where she was dictating the condition. The reason for this is, in a later dates, the whole area of this room will become space center. We have facilities that, if you look at it, these are the 2 units above you to test satellite system, which means we will not need any more structures on the body. We can control the room. This is to be coming in once we data collect. In a very straightforward way, we just sit and watch what these people go to. They cry from joy. They have tears of achieving whatever the target was, or reaching to the point they never expect to, and more or less, they're all coming back, one way or another, to test more. Because we know the next step for the people who come back will be the eventual detachment and travel in deeper space. You have to let go. As in one of the interviews you hear, my thought was taking over, so I had to let go and stick to what I was doing. It is not that you travel in a dream. You are fully aware of your physicality because we talk to you. We ask you to move chairs whenever, or we see something, we ask you to join us. So it's not that you're in a condition of a trance or anything. You're fully aware of your physicality. One of the ladies speaks about clearly the expansion of the soul, that it was enveloping her, that her soul was overtaking the dimension. And we hear a lot. Then when you come out, when you tell us, we are interested to know, you write down everything, and that becomes the property of the Keshe Foundation for all of us in the future to know what happened. We put friends in, we put family, we put families in, we put stranger with the families, we put lovers, we put brothers and sisters, and I'm sure many, many people will come in. We have people who came in without telling us, being blind, and we have seen the tears coming from the eye, which has not teared for 4 years due to stroke, being blinded. We have seen people who come with different impression of it. We are a flight system. The man said, I came here with a wish to gain my sight back. I didn't come here to fly. I came here to expand my soul. And the lady with another dimension. We have 2 people who we asked them to come back after they have processed what's happened to them in a couple of weeks to take another journey. This is not anymore getting into the car. This is how we get into universe. Now, the universe is our aircraft. Now, the span of the fields and use of the fields of the universe is where we are going to. Yesterday, I was touched by some of our knowledge seekers. One of our knowledge seekers went in and he went through emotion step by step. Then he came back out. I said, what was your wish? Why you came here? He came here, he said, to gain the knowledge of the universe. I said to him, you have not understood the process of creation through KFSSI. You're not here to take, you're here to give as a lover. You came here to get knowledge without understanding. You thought you go through the door to the system and you come out as Einstein. It will not happen. And secondly, if that's been your wish, it's not going to happen today. You will see in the progress of time new knowledge. You see new changes in your knowledge, understanding, and the rest of it. We got to understand there is no gaining in the process of the creation. It's all giving. And if you go in with that wish, you'll come out miserably fail, and there is something wrong with our system. Technology doesn't work. But in fact, technology works very well because you cannot steal. You cannot take. We saw a couple where the husband came in for just to take, to experience how he can take things, because he took it from the partner, but partner never realized it. And in the process of the flight, the partner explains, I asked, he refused, and it was very clear. We see the soul interaction when they come out. I'm sure we're going to get a lot of number of people. We're going to get a lot of what I call people who just come in for the fun of it, and a lot of people come in sincerely to go through it. The shaman lady tell us that the experience is different. It's not a shaman, she's a very active, the one who plays the music, what will get you to this state. And she says, this is not what we do. And it's a very different. It's very realistic. And does not need time. I control it. And we've gone through this process. We had the first day. Our team are back in today and tomorrow. We see adjustment needed, things to be done. And then again, on Friday, we bring back a process, most probably both systems working together. Then we want to see if you put 4 passengers, 2 on each, how do they interact? Do they hear each other? We heard from the people that they hear noises, but it's nothing to do with them. They are in their own capsule, they are in their own structure. Everything is phased out. They're only interested in the travel of their soul. I'm going to show you the video of one of the first, what we call ladies who went into the system as a couple. And it's interesting to listen to. Don't look at the words. Look at the emotions behind the word. Look at the energies. Look at what is and how it is. Yesterday, standing here and listening to some of the knowledge seekers going through, it was very interesting that we have conflicts, we have misunderstanding, we have all sorts of things between the couples. Would we be able to put 2 of the world leaders, one in the front and one in the back, and let them souls to solve the problems they have? And then the physicality has to follow. souls achieve balance in a very fast way. I opened this room from what I've seen yesterday in a very short time, and I invite world leaders to go through it. We'll invite the ambassadors, and we invite the world scientists. We invite the world leaders to come in and sit and see why they cannot find a solution in the physical dimension with each other. We invite the members of the world nation to come in and see. I think in the next, maybe very near time, we can put chairs in this room and make it a room of peace, where the world leaders come and sit and they don't talk. And let the souls find a balance for humanity. And we see them coming in as enemies. And when they leave, they hug each other as brothers. We are now going to United Nations to show we create a new nation to be at peace. When I'm in the room with the knowledge seekers, I'm aware of all the activities of their souls. I see how they juggle around. I see how they look indifferent during the process, and when they come out, they're full of joy. You see them going through the tears and coming out with totally different dimension and direction. You got to realize this is a process that we have to learn to become a pilot. It's a process that we have to learn to become a passenger of the universe. Man has been too physical. And as one guy said, I wanted to feel something. I wanted to be what I wanted to get. And I said, okay, we haven't understood. I think it's about the work of the universe. I would like to ask, you have to understand the people who come, they sign, we have the full right to these. These are proprietary rights. You cannot download these and play them. And go through the process and listen to them, elaborate on them. And then, if they are alive, they come in. The two brothers and sisters from Holland will be played last because they said they're in the car and traveling. Let's see how we can do. And while they were recording, part of the recording's voice has gone because of whatever problem is. So we play part of it and then they can add to it. Can I ask in the background if we can share the video of the first person, please?